Okay, so we have added one slave node and one edge node into the existing cluster of Cloudera. So we have architecture like this is master, slave 1, slave 2, slave 3. And edge node E1. Okay, so we have all the configuration related files on edge node over here, and we have all the Hadoop components, both like masters, all the master component will go on master and all the slave components go on slave. Okay, and all the users will then now connect to this edge node, and we should not provide any further access to masters or slaves to the users, okay, directly. And any user should come and do login on edge node, and from there only we will connect. So edge node is mostly used to offload the data from multiple sources. Basically, you may not most of the times edge node will be used as a lending zone. So lending zone is something like you will get data on your local machine. Not on your local laptop. You will connect from your laptop to the edge node, and on the edge node is having the connection with other FTP sources of the data. Okay, and for different projects, for different use cases, you may use the hard disk of edge node as a lending zone, and you will get the data over there. You may perform some activities with that data, and then you will push that data into HDFS and then further run analytics on the top of it. Okay, so edge nodes hard disk capacity, or hard disk and the number of cores, even the RAM also would be like would be enough, should be enough basically, in order to cope up with like multiple users, because more users will log into your edge node and they may have their home directories, and in their home directory basically they may have some 100 or 100 GBs of data they can have. Okay, so you also keep and the thing is, the best thing about this overall is that it is being managed by Cloudera Manager or Ambari server, or Ambari server basically. So you will come to know that how much space is remaining in edge node. Okay, and you can have set up the alert, because it is being managed by Ambari or Cloudera Manager. Okay, so it's not a standalone one that you need to manage on your on your own. Basically, it is being managed by so if you see here, this is now coming under the Cloudera Manager, and it will tell you that what is disk usage, physical memory usage, and everything. Okay, so here you can have plenty of memory, and then out of that you will have that what is the disk usage, what is remaining. Okay, what is the RAM usage and what is remaining. Okay, because the thing is the RAM will not be used because you are not running the processes directly on edge node. Okay, ultimately whatever jobs you are going to submit, it is going to use this cluster. Okay, all yarn, so all the yarn resources will be used of this cluster, not of this edge node. From edge node you will just submit the job to the cluster. Okay, so your edge node will become your Hadoop client, your edge node will become your yarn client. Okay, and from there only you can just push the data to HDFS. You will write codes on edge node and submit the job onto the cluster. Are you getting me? So that's why the actual resources for all the jobs and the data will be used of this cluster. Here you will just have a lot of users home directories where they can have their data offloaded from somewhere. They can use this particular edge node to be the first host of the data that will be uploaded to HDFS later on. Okay, they will do something over here. Okay, but then again there is no active component of Hadoop will be installed on edge node, and that's why it is not the active part of your in terms of job submission, in terms of data host in your cluster. Okay, so that is the brief about edge node. Now since we have seen that how to add the edge node and how to add the data node, we can remove it also. Okay, if you don't want. Okay, so we will just leave the edge node over there, and the whatever new data that we have added, we just say click over here and try to see if can be deleted, remove from cluster. But I think before removing from cluster, it will ask us that whatever things that is running over here should be stopped. So let me do that. Let me now remove it. Okay, we have seen that how to edit, how to install the things. You just need to now try to remove from cluster. So decommission rules. Warning: removing the host without decommission, the rules running on them can result of permanent less data. So skip. So basically I'm saying cancel. I need to stop all the roles in it. Stop roles on this hosts. Okay, so it will stop all these services that is currently running on CDHS3. Okay, so I'm saying confirm. The rules are stopped. Now just select the CDHS3 and you can just say remove from cluster. You go to confirm. First it will delete all the roles, and finally it will be decommissioned. So this is what is called commissioning and decommissioning of data nodes. Basically commissioning we have done, like we have added, so addition of data node into existing cluster is called commissioning of cluster. So we will add it, we will configure it, we will configure it, we will add it, we will have installed all the slave components in it, whatever is required. And if you don't want that, you just need to stop all the services, removing all the roles from it, and basically just decommission it. Okay, so all the roles got deleted from this thing. Currently its state is commissioned. So if you now currently it is not the active part because there is no role running on it. Okay, so you can just go here and say remove from the cluster. So decommission role is done, it's already done. Okay, let me just check how to decommission it.
I think it's only.
So okay, in a way, basically when we deleted all the roles from it, it will still be managed by the Cloudera manager. So it is said to be commissioned, but then there is no role. I mean, it is not going to be used for any job submission. So no hardware resources of it will be used by any of the services in Hadoop. Okay, if you really want to delete this, basically just remove it from the Cloudera manager. So let it be SSH username to SSH. So hosts are automatically added when Cloudera manager agents communicate with Cloudera manager. To remove this host, the agent needs to be stopped on this host first. So agent manually, we just need to say, okay, we just need to run over here. Okay, and then we will remove it. So I am saying SSH to CDH S3. Sorry, not from here. From here, SSH to CDH S3. So it is stopped, and now say confirm, and that got removed. Okay, though at the backend on your it is still there. It should be running. It is not removed from the Google Cloud. It is just removed from the server. Sorry, the Hadoop cluster, and Cloudera manager is no more managing it. Okay, so this machine is free. Okay, you can delete or you can then again read, whatever. Okay, so this is the complete decommissioning of a data node from your cluster. Now same thing we need to do for the HDP systems. So now we should use this machine, and what we have done as so far is, let me just quickly check. Okay, so we have restarted. Okay, and we did not make much changes, so I think let me just check on it. So we have added for EDG edge. Okay, and just get on /etc ansible hosts, and we have added over here HDP E1 cluster 1, HDP S3 cluster.com. Okay, and did we have SSH setup? HDP S3. Okay, so we may need to, sorry, what did I do? So again, we need to copy the public key of our master into both of these newly added machines. Okay, so this is our HTTP M2, and then from here we need to add the public IP address. So I need to go individually on them. So which one is, so this is HDP even, so this is edge node. So let's start with this edge node. I will go there. I will log into it. And I will add the public key into it. CD says authorized key, not authorized key. Then go here, sudo vi authorized keys. Be in insert mode. Come to the end. Go here, cd.ssh and pick idrsa.pub. Copy this, put it here, save it. So this is done. Now if you do ssh HTTP, which is this edge node 1, exit out of it, again do ssh on it, and it should log in without any password. Good. So this is done. Similarly, we need to perform the same. So let me just close it. We need to perform the same thing. So we actually basically know whenever you want to add the machine, you just need to prepare them manually first and then allow them to be added into the cluster. So I will prepare this machine again, HDP S3. So you need to go to cd.ssh. There we need to do sudo vi authorized keys, insert mode, come to end, and again copy this key. Now do SSH on HTTPS 3, and we are good. It did not ask any password. Good. So we are also done with this. Okay, now what we need to do is basically we again run this setup over there. Okay, in each of these edge node as well as your data node, we are using we are going to add in HDP. So But before that, let's try the Ansible first. So I'll say Ansible -m ping. So let me first check it on HDP s3.cluster.com. So it says HTTP s3 host could not resolve. Okay, so we need to add this into sudo vi/etc hosts. We did not add it here, and that's why it is not reachable. So add those entries over here. Which one? One is edge node, so pick its private IP. Put it here. HDP e1.cluster.com. Then HDP s3 also. Okay, we are good. Now try it again. And it is pinged successfully. Same thing we need to apply for edge node. It's done. Now you can ping all of them at once. Good. So all they are reachable. Now we just need to, whatever changes we have made to this cat/etc host, we just need to send it to the remaining host. On these two hosts we need to send this etc host file over there, right? What I will do is basically I will say Ansible -m, not ping. I need to use copy module, where I need to pass parameter as src would be /etc/host, destination would be /etc/hosts. Okay, and first I will try to put it in HDP s3.cluster.com, then become yes, and become user equals root. So this is being copied, and we need to do same thing for each one. And now the etc host file for all the all the machines on our cluster is same. Now we need to go on each machine HDP s3 and try to run all this just to make it ready for installation. So I'll copy all this. Then change its host name. HDP s3.cluster.com. Host name, change it here also, sudo host name HDP s3.cluster.com. Okay, then we need to disable the say Linux. Sudo copy this, save. then swappiness, format bottom, then do for transparent huge pages. It's done. What else is required? Nothing else. So basically we may need to restart it because we did some changes, some basic configuration files. Everything else is, so I'm just doing sudo init 6. Okay, and now do the same thing for yeah, so basically if you ask that, we already had discussed transparent huge pages, THP. It basically, you know, when basically it's enabled and can cause significant performance. So this is from the official documentation. As per Reddit, there are two things. One is huge pages and another is transparent huge pages. So huge pages is nothing but the blocks of memory. So each block is said to be huge pages, and transparent huge pages is an abstraction on the huge pages. Make it bigger so that the mapping size will be smaller. So kind of FS image in Hadoop. Okay. So transparent huge pages is basically an abstraction on your local blocks, local file system blocks. Okay. So this is huge page means something physical, and transparent huge pages is basically something logical that will create a group of huge pages actually. So it is like more towards the operating system fundamental. Okay, but this is the official documentation of Reddit. This is definition. Okay.
Yeah, but the FS image contains the metadata for the name node. So
No, so
this
I'm
age
saying
node
so
also
kind
contains
of
the metadata.
yeah, basically maybe I'm not sure like transparent huge pages will whether it will contain it, but then this is what is required for most of the machines in the cluster to have this two properties in this file. Okay, we can further look into it. How does it affect? Okay, but yes, it is abstraction on your local file system blocks. It's not something physical. Okay, and it is, I just wrote it here what I felt about it, that it is a kind of comparable to FS image, where it is just because FS image is again a kind of abstraction. Okay, not FS image because FS image is holding the metadata, but your HDFS is like kind of abstraction on your local file system. This transparent use page is also similar to that. Okay, but it's more towards like the operating system fundamental. We will talk on this later in some other session, and you'll get more idea about it.
All
So,
right.
all right. So HDP even I have come here, and now let me just do the same process over here. HDP e1.cluster.com. Sudo vi copy this disabled. Save it. Go to swappiness. Okay, we just need to change the host name to whatever it is. Okay, so sudo host name HDP1 cluster.com. Right, so everything is done. Let's restart it. Now once it is getting restarted, we are good to have them edit using Ambari. So let me close it. Go to dashboard. Okay, so you need to, okay, so let's, our services are currently running, right? We have not yet restarted anything. We will just go to hosts and let me just